Russia's military buildup near Ukraine has sparked one of the biggest crises in East-West ties since the Cold War, fueling fears of an imminent invasion of Ukraine. Russia has been holding large-scale military drills across the country and abroad, while Nato has put some of its forces on standby to send a message of deterrence to Moscow. In the Donetsk region, the Ukrainian military has stationed several thousand foot soldiers. This is effectively a front line between Ukraine and Russia because of the ongoing separatist conflict, where fighting has been simmering since peace accords were signed in 2015. Meanwhile, 20 warships of Russia's Black Sea fleet have set off from Sevastopol in the Russian-occupied Crimean Peninsula and Novorossiysk for military drills further out in the Black Sea. Russia has also been moving large amounts of troops and weaponry to neighboring Belarus, where massive war games involving ground forces, artillery, and the air force are expected to kick off in mid-February. To add to the growing list of war games, Russia's Navy on Monday dispatched 20 vessels and marines for snap drills in the Baltic Sea that will involve 140 ships and over 10,000 troops. In response to Russian war games, NATO on Monday kicked off naval exercises with an American carrier strike group, along with forces from other NATO allies, practicing how to coordinate maneuvers in the Mediterranean Sea. Russia also launched exercises involving 6,000 troops and 60 fighter jets in the country's south bordering Ukraine. The live fire drills have been described as a combat readiness check. In government-controlled parts of eastern Ukraine, officials said they were seeing fewer ceasefire violations, but the situation remains tense. Russian troops, meanwhile, have been holding drills even in the most remote parts of the country, as 1,200 troops and 30 vessels and submarines of the Northern Sea Fleet kicked off drills in the Arctic. The Ukrainian army is massively outgunned by Russia, but Kyiv's pleas for Western aid have finally been heard. Both the UK and the US in recent days flew in large amounts of weaponry to Ukraine, including anti-tank missiles. An unprecedented intensity of military maneuvers on both sides of the conflict comes hand in hand with a flurry of high-level talks to deal with Russia's security demands. Moscow has rejected Western calls to pull back the troops and de-escalate, as tensions show no signs of abating.